Game number 98 of the Boston Red Sox 2026 game breakdown series, and they win 13 straight. They complete their fourth straight sweep of a series, and they defeat the Rays in a 6-1 game. This one started close, and then the Red Sox pulled away and got it done. Another sweep, fourth straight one. Now 50-48 on the year, 21-27 at Fenway. They still have several games to go here in this homestand. I believe 6 to go in this homestand. I feel really good about the Baltimore Orioles series coming up here as well. That starts tomorrow. We'll talk a lot about that tomorrow night. There's not many games to talk about tomorrow, so we'll be talking about that game for sure. But the Boston Red Sox are really off to a really just amazing start post All-Star game, and really they've been great since mid-June. This team has just completely turned it around, and that's amazing. To sweep the best team in the American League, and also to do the same to the second best team in the American League, in the Yankees, who are completely in a free fall. Pretty much, by the way. They have been doing pretty well against the Dodgers, but in the series that they're with now, the Dodgers, but that team is struggling. They got some injuries going on. I mean, the Boston Red Sox, they have injuries going on as well. They can get healthy. Boston Red Sox is going to be very dangerous, I think, in my opinion. Romanthi comes back. Meyer, Story as well. I think we have a team. A really good team that can go far in the playoffs, if we make the playoffs. Again, not going to, count my chickens before they hatch here. We still got 64 games to play here. So, anything can happen in these next 64 games. And then, the trade deadline is going to be very, very important as well. What happens at the deadline is going to be very, very important for the Red Sox. We'll see what happens. But yeah, I mean, you're gaining ground in the AL East. You're gaining ground on a lot of American League teams. You're now in the playoffs if the season ended today with that third wild card spot. So that's really, really good. So let's go over the stats of this game again. As I said, it started off with a close kind of game, first couple of innings, and then third inning, Boston added 3. They added another 2 in the 5th, and they pull away relatively easily with a 6-1 win. One run on 8 hits for the Rays, 6 runs on 6 hits for the Boston Red Sox. So let's go over the stats. We'll start with the Red Sox. 1 run, 1 hit, and 1 walk for Jahmai Jones. Rafaela had a run along with 2 hits. Abreu, a run. Contreras, 2 runs, a hit, 2 RBIs, and a home run and a walk. Contreras continues to be just the best player on this team by a long shot. 1 run, 1 hit, 1 RBI. But a lot of the other players are starting to wake up as well, which is a big reason why we are where we are right now with 13 straight wins. 1 RBI for Gonzalez, a hit and an RBI for Monasterio, along with a walk for Monasterio, 1 walk for Duran. So, really good stuff. Contreras obviously having a big game. That helps the Red Sox for sure. Diaz, nothing going on for Diaz. Arnanda had 1 hit in this game and a walk. Caminero, only 1 hit. Mullins, 1 walk. Simpson, 2 hits. A run, a hit, an RBI, and a home run from Mesa. Mesa Jr. has had a couple of home runs in this series. Probably one of the better players when it comes to what has happened in this series for the Rays. Mesa's definitely did some things for the Rays. And for the most part, except that 1 home run he did have, Caminero has been quiet in this series. Also, the rest of this lineup, 1 hit and 1 walk for Polancos. Walls had a hit and a walk, 1 walk and 1 hit for Fiducia. So there you go. That is your lineup there. Mesa, again, he hit a home run, his 7th of the year in the second inning. That was a solo shot off of Sonny Gray. But Sonny Gray, for the most part, did pretty well. So we'll get to Sonny Gray in just a second. Contreras hitting his 22nd home run of the year that leads the team. That was a 2-run shot. And RBIs, I believe Contreras also leads the team in that. 64 RBIs on the year now with 2 in this game. And Durbin now is up to 41 on the year, RBI-wise. Pitching for the Red Sox, Sonny Gray, 6 innings pitched, 5 hits, 1 run, 1 earned, walked 4, struck out 5, gave up a home run. He was very good. Not lights out, not amazing, but he was still pretty good there. 91 pitches, 49 strikes. That's about half and half. So he struggled a little bit with control, but he's now 12-1 on the year. With that, so Sonny Gray has been very good, very good for the Red Sox. One of the best pitchers on this Red Sox roster. Weiser, 1 inning pitched, 1 hit, 1 K. Moran, 1 inning pitched, 1 hit. Watson, 1 inning pitched with 1 hit, 1 walk, 2 strikeouts. McClanahan for the Rays, 8-6 record with the loss. 5 innings pitched with 5 hits, 6 runs, 4 earned, walked 3, struck out 3, gave up a home run. He wasn't that great. Kimbrel appears once again. Kimbrel had 1 inning pitched with 2 strikeouts, so he was very good. Roycroft closed it out for the Rays. 2 innings pitched with 1 hit, 1 walk. So the Rays get swept by the Red Sox. The Red Sox are now 3rd in the division, which is great. They have won 13 straight. Baltimore is coming in to this series with the Red Sox, by the way, pretty hot as well. They've won 7 straight. So this is going to be a very interesting series coming up for the Red Sox. The Orioles are not easy, so we'll see what happens with this game. Boston is 6 games back from New York, who have lost 2 straight. So we'll see what happens. But, Tampa's lost 5 straight in this one. So Boston is very quickly gaining ground. Only 6 games back from Tampa. They're gaining ground. Absolutely gaining ground. If they can continue this, they can have a good series against Baltimore. I don't know if I'm expecting a 5th straight sweep from the Red Sox here. I'm going to temper my expectations with that. Because eventually they're going to lose. They're not going to win 60-plus in a row. It's not going to happen, obviously. So they're going to lose at some point here. They're going to hit a wall a little bit at some point here in the second half. But if Boston can just continue this momentum with a series win, taking 2 out of 3, that would be great. That would be awesome. I think that is something to keep an eye on for Boston. I mean, if it's another sweep, then, even better. Even better. That would be a 5th straight sweep in a row, and that would be huge. We'll see what happens with that. But 50-48 through 98 games, that's very good for the Boston Red Sox. About a month ago, we were saying that this team's not going to make the playoffs. So, to turn it around the way that they have has been very, very impressive. The next couple of weeks is going to be very, very important, though, for the Boston Red Sox as we look towards the trade deadline. So we'll see what happens in the trade deadline. So, bye-bye, everybody. I'll be back tomorrow to break down Game 1 of the Baltimore Orioles series. That would be game number 99 of 162. Bye-bye, everybody.